massive challenge, but we are so excited. That's about the clear decision. It's a very decision that they decide from here. I think it's not also a competition. The decision to join us that make us very happy and we talk very highly about our owners and our director, but the way that they work and try to wear the target. The players, because the players want to come here and because I think they are feeling something special. I thought they are feeling something special outside of the club, but something good is happening here. That's a step here. Yesterday.
Yeah, some of your players said that yesterday in some interviews.
Not me.
No, not you.
Ah, okay.
How do you see that? Like,
What they say, sorry?
they said that they see you like a friend, the manager. Can you talk me through that?
I'm not happy with this. Tell me the names of because it's something wrong with my friend and coach. No, I understand the situation. I think be efficient and be strong. Like
yeah, we are about to start. I'm just allowing you to hear the statement that our coach made when he was being asked questions. So just stay tuned, listen to him carefully.
And in the way that I think we can approach today all the people, the young guys, like maybe all this life and kids, And I think it's important to understand the psychology of today of the player. The past was different, and now it's something we need to learn. We need to see the society how they are and the ideas and the way to approach them, the way that you can get the best. No, in some point I am happy, in another point disappointed because I don't know if I am better friend than better coach, I prefer to be better coach than better friend,
Pochettino.
No, I think it's going to be tough. Only the beginning, I don't know how they are going to play, and they are seeing to change the shape. It's about to.
All right, my people, welcome to tonight's live. Yes, tonight I'm here again with you, and we are going to be going through all that the coach has said, everything that transpired this week, from last Sunday till now, after we played our match against Liverpool, until this moment, everything that took place, we are going to be discussing it tonight. The next 2 hours, stay glued because there's so much we need to talk about, especially as Chelsea fans. Yes, I know you are full of expectation for this season. I am equally expecting so much in this season regarding Chelsea. The players that were signed this year, in fact, from last year till now, we spent close to £1 billion. We spent close to £1 billion, and I'll be giving you the breakdown maybe later in the show. But tonight, the next 2 hours that we are going to be together, I want you to send me your comments. Send me your comments. Where you are watching me from, let me know where you are watching from, what you think about the players we have so far in the lineup, your prediction for our game on Sunday with West Ham. What do you think should be the team lineup? What should be the team lineup? You know the players that are injured. For instance, Reece James is injured. Nkuku is injured. Trevor Chalobah is injured. So, give me your team lineup in the comment section. I want to hear from you. My name is Eric, and I'm coming your way all the way from Southeast Asia, Malaysia to be precise. Tell me where you are also watching me from. Let's get started now. All right. There was a press briefing today by our coach, and he had a lot to say regarding our new signings. He had a lot to say regarding the preparations so far. He had a lot to say about the team in general, the squad, and even the owners. He praised the owners a lot today. He spoke good about Todd Bowley and co, the directors. He said a lot of things about them. Maybe you might have heard some of those things somewhere. So I want to know from you what you think so far about Pochettino and what you think about the squad that we are putting together. Then after that, we are going to go straight into the match against West Ham on Sunday. I want to hear from you. Send me your comments, like the video, share the video. Please, I'm pleading with you. As you are watching now, begin to share the video. Let this video go viral. If you can share it, continue to share it until you know that we are up to 100 viewers. I'm asking you, if you watch and we are not up to 100 viewers, live viewers, don't stop sharing. Tonight, I'm not asking for much. All I'm asking for is 100 live viewers from you. Let's get started. Like I said, quickly. Coach Pochettino was answering questions. One of the interesting questions that he spoke about regarding the squad. And let me quote him. He said, I was talking with the squad yesterday. We were joking a little bit. They asked me, do you really believe that can be possible when we talk about the project? And I said, yes. Maybe you weren't very optimistic, but the club have done a very good job. This statement by the coach entails a lot. And I want to go by it one by one with you. He said, I was talking with the squad yesterday. It means that he had an open conversation with the players, which is a very good hallmark of every manager. This is not just a coach, but a manager. He had a conversation with the players yesterday. And what was the discussion? He said the players asked him, do you really believe in this project? And he said, yes, he do. He believed in the project. And he said, unless he's not being optimistic, he said, do you really believe that the project is possible? And he said, yes. Maybe you weren't very optimistic about it, but the club have done a very good job. What has the club done, which is a very good job? By signing the players that he expected. It's not like before that sometimes players will be signed and will just brought, to him, to the coach. This time around, he was deeply involved. Pochettino was deeply involved in the buying of the players. Even the ones that he disagreed with, he will tell the owners, I will disagree with you on this one. He was deeply involved. He said, we are looking at all the options we can have in the market. At the same time, we are keeping our eyes on Armando Broja. We don't want to bring players who will stop his evolution, we believe. They don't want to bring in players that will stop the revolution of the squad. This question was asked in regards to a striker. He was asked if we really need another striker. We already have who? Nicholas Jackson. But Nicholas Jackson alone, is he enough to take us through the season? And he made it very clear. He said, the owners, we are working. He said, we are looking at the other options we can have in the market. That means that they are still looking at the market for a new striker. Chelsea is still in the market for a new striker. They are looking at the options available in the market for what? A new striker. Are you not happy about that as a Chelsea fan? Don't you like that? Our coach is making it very clear that we are still going for more. We need another striker, whether a backup striker or a striker that is a bit ahead of Jackson. And he also made it very clear. He said, we already have Armando Broja. We have Armando Broja. And they are looking at, we don't want to bring players who will stop his evolution. So they don't want to bring in a player that will stop the evolution of Armando Broja. That means that they are looking at a striker that will come in to complement Broja. They want him to develop. So that tells me that they are not going to bring in a top-notch striker at this moment in the form of maybe Hurricane. Who? You can mention all those top strikers. They are looking at a striker that will come in as a backup to both Nicholas Jackson and Armando Broja. So that these two, they know that they can continue their development in the squad. Thank God in this season, we don't have any European football to play. So the coach made it very clear. They don't want to bring in players that will stop the evolution of Armando Broja. Do you get that very clearly? The coach is very specific on his statement, and he knows exactly what he's saying. I'm trying to bring out the press briefing, everything that he said. And if you were here with me from the very beginning, I was playing his voice. I don't know whether you were hearing me from the beginning, but he said another thing. He said the club worked really hard. I wanted to congratulate the sporting directors and owners to have this kind of signing. I want to congratulate the job the owners and the sporting directors are doing. It is fantastic to have this kind of players in the squad. It is fantastic to have this kind of players in the squad. My dear friend, wherever you are watching me from, my name is Eric. Let me hear from you. I'm quoting our coach verbatim, whatever he said in that press conference. That is what I'm bringing to you right now. And I need you, if you have not yet subscribe to the channel. And I want to hear from you. Send me your comments. Like the video, share the video. It is very important. Like I said, we need 100 views, live views tonight. Please. The club worked really hard. I wanted to congratulate the sporting directors and owners to have this kind of signing. I want to congratulate the job the owners and sporting directors are doing. It is fantastic to have this kind of players in the squad. This kind of players. What are the kind of players we have? Nicholas Jackson, Moise Casaido, Romeo Lavia, just name them. This kind of players. Kanechukwu Emeka, this kind of players. It is fantastic to have them in the squad, according to the coach. According to the coach. The money being spent, the money that was spent so far, it's not for a waste. Enzo at that midfield, the heart of that midfield. You can imagine we have Enzo, which we are going to go into. I don't want to rush it because we have 2 hours to go. Enzo in that midfield. We have Casaido in that midfield. We have Lavia in that midfield. Oh my goodness. My goodness. So he said it is fantastic to have this kind of players in the squad. Let's move on. Let's move on. What next? Pochettino on the size of squad he wants. He said he wants 22 to 23 players plus players from the academy. He doesn't like a large squad. Pochettino doesn't like a large squad. He believed that when the smaller the squad, the easier it is to manage. The smaller the squad, the easier it is to manage. Last season, we had over 30 players, almost about 38 senior players, almost about 38 players we had in the squad. It was difficult to manage. Thank God so far we sold about 8, and we still have about 8 more to go. We still have about 8 more to go. 8 more players to sell out again. Then we have some other fringe players that are going on a loan. Yes, as we speak right now, Newcastle, they are almost finalizing the deal for Lewis Hall on a loan. So he is already out. Yes. Yesterday, Hakim Ziyech also finalized his deal with Galatasaray in Turkey. So you could see the squad is being trimmed down because the coach is saying he wants 22 to 23 players plus the academy ones, the players that are in academy that are very good, that can be on standby. You know, academy players can be brought in anytime there is an emergency. They can bring in academy players anytime there's an injury situation or there's a loss of form by any of the senior players. They can bring in an academy player for that particular period. So our coach is talking about 22 to 23 players plus players from the academy. He said, not bigger than that. Not bigger than that. 22 to 23 players will be the perfect number for us at the moment when not in European competition. So that is a perfect number for us right now because we are not in a European competition. Right now, I want you to remember these players. Jackson, Cowell, Disasi, Casaido, Lavia, and even Sanchez. What do you make of these players that I mentioned their names? These players, I am certain they might be starting Sunday's game against West Ham. In exception of maybe Lavia. Lavia might not be ready. But Jackson, Cowell, Disasi, Casaido, and Sanchez, think about them. I'll get back to you again on these players. When all these players are in your squad, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players are in your squad. What do you think about it? I'll be back to this particular place again in a moment. Yes. Sky Sports reported that Chelsea have spent so far £945.6 million. Chelsea have spent so far in 12 months £945.6 million. That is the amount we spent so far in rebuilding the squad. That is the amount we spent so far since the new owners took over. Since Todd Boehly and his partners took over, we spent £945.6 million. It's not just this season. Remember last 2 seasons, we spent almost about 600 million. So this season, we spent almost about 200 and something, close to 300. Yeah, in this season. So don't think that we just spend the money now. No. It was last 2 seasons. Last season, June, July, August, then December. We spent a lot also in December. January transfer window. Before now. That is how the expenses went. So I need you to take your time. Okay? Premier League transfers spent compared since Todd Boehly take over. Manchester United spent how much? Chelsea spent 945.6 million. Man United spent 406.6 million. Arsenal spent 338.5 million. Tottenham spent 336.8 million. Newcastle, 297.3 million. West Ham, 259.55 million. Liverpool, 251.5 million. Manchester City, 224.4 million pounds in the past 1 year. The past 12 months, this is the amount the top 6 clubs that are here, that I've listed here, have spent so far in the past 12 months. So Chelsea spent much more, almost times 2 or times 3 of what the other clubs spent. But let us not forget, Chelsea came under a new ownership, and there is a new revolution taking place in the squad. All these teams that are here, Man United, they already have their base. They already have their players on the ground. They spent previous years, if you want to check what they spent previous years, some of them overspent this amount. Teams like Man United and Manchester City, they overspent this amount that Chelsea spent the last 12 years. So they already have their base. They already have players. For instance, Manchester City, if they were to sell players like Kevin De Bruyne, are you getting it? John Walker, John Stones, all those players, they have the core base of the team in the past 12 months. So there was no need for them to spend large like how Chelsea is spending. Chelsea, we are overhauling the squad totally because we have new owners. So there are 2 different things in there. Okay. All right. We continue with the words of Pochettino. Pochettino on the prospect of Lavia and Casaido derby with West Ham versus West Ham. the prospect of Lavia and Casaido having a game time on Sunday, he said, we have one day more to assess them. It has been a stressful week for Moise and Romeo. The most important is to avoid risks and rush them. If they are ready, they will be involved. If not, they will not. I believe that. I understand that also. He said, we have one day more to assess them. It has been a stressful week for Moises Casaido and Romeo. The most important is to avoid risks and rush them. If they are ready, they will be involved. If not, they will not. So that will depend on their conditioning. We know Lavia over the week, he was in Belgium. He came back only on Wednesday from Belgium to undergo the medicals and the signing and all the video shooting and everything yesterday before the unveiling. So, like the coach said, if they are ready, they'll be involved. If not, then they'll have to wait for the next match. They'll have to wait for the next match. Yes. Now, we will be going to other issues before we move on to the team. The team itself, player by player, position by position, the injury situations. Let's hear what Romeo Lavia said when he signed for Chelsea. Let's hear from Lavia now what he said when he signed for Chelsea. Lavia, I will say my style of play. I like a challenge. My job is really to protect my back line and make the job easier for the guys in front of me. Get the ball from the keeper. Just keep everything ticking. Look, this guy is a smart guy. I don't know where you are watching me from. Please let me know. And if you are hearing the sound very clearly, let me know if you are hearing my sound very clearly. He says that my job is really to protect my back line. He knows his job. He's a defensive midfielder. He said his job is to protect the back line. That's to protect the defense, the defenders, and make the job easier for the guys in front of him. Who are the guys in front of him? The attacking midfielders. The attacking midfielders that are in front of him. His job is to make it easier for them. Get the ball from the keeper just to keep everything ticking. Wow. He already understands his position as a DM. He understands his position as a DM. What else do we expect him to say? He understands his position, his job position. What else do we expect him to say? By the way, before I continue, let me announce to you that our own Frank Lampard has secured a new job. Frank and his assistant, Joe Edwards, has joined the England setup. He takes over the under-20s until the end of the year. That's Frank Lampard. What is your thought on that? Frank Lampard has moved on, and now he's part of the England setup. The under-20s national team, England under-20, he's been given the under-20 job until December. In a temporary position, anyway, he and his assistant, former Chelsea coach, and Frank Lampard and his assistant, Joe Edwards, had joined the England setup. He takes the under-20s until the end of the year. That is for you that is interested in everything Chelsea. Our legends everywhere. Yeah. Everything Chelsea and our legends everywhere. So we move on. Romeo Lavia, a message from one of our legends to Romeo Lavia. Eden Hazard to Romeo Lavia. I'm giving you every detail of whatever that took place this week, including the transfers, Romeo Lavia issue. We are here tonight to discuss all. From Eden Hazard to Romeo Lavia. You are at a good club. Last season wasn't great for Chelsea, but this season it will be more calm. A lot of things have changed. You will get a chance to show what you can do. We all know the qualities you have. As a Belgian, it's gonna work out well. We will stay in touch. If you need anything at all, you know where I am. That is a message from the senior man, Eden Hazard, to the kid or the younger brother, the Belgian, the new boy of Chelsea, Romeo Lavia. This message, for me, is an exceptional message from an exceptional legend and an ambassador of the club. As a Chelsea fan, you really can't hate Eden Hazard. You really can't hate Eden Hazard. Just listen to the statement he's making. He's telling the young guy, you are at a good club. Last season wasn't great for Chelsea, but this season it will be more calm. A lot of things have changed. You will get a chance to show what you can do. We all know the qualities you have. As a Belgian, it's going to work out well. We will stay in touch. If you need anything, you know where I am. That means that he's telling him, I am always available for you. I am always available for you. That is from Eden Hazard to Romeo Lavia. Next, our coach was still speaking and he made a statement regarding Nkuku. Pochettino says, we may need to adapt because Nkuku helped Jackson a lot in scoring of goals. That is coming to the striker issue again. Nkuku was instrumental in Jackson's performances over the preseason. He was very much instrumental in that. I'm sorry. You know, as we are talking, we need to be drinking something to keep our throat wet. Otherwise, we'll start having a dry throat soon. Yeah, so he says that Nkuku, the absence of Nkuku definitely is affecting the performance of Nicholas Jackson. It's affecting him. He said it is the second time he's saying this. He says that we may need to adapt because Nkuku helped Jackson score goals. So we'll have to find a strategy now in helping Nicholas Jackson to score more goals in the absence of Nkuku. In the absence of Nkuku. And that is the reason why some of us, we are still insisting that the only player that is similar to Nkuku right now, as we can think of, was not even Michael Olise. If you ask many football pundits or experts, they will tell you Nicholas Jackson need a player that can support him in that attack in the form of Nkuku. And that player, the only player that comes to mind first is who? Mohamed Kudus. Mohamed Kudus' style of play is just similar to Nkuku. Mohamed Kudus is a winger. He is a winger. And he can also play in attacking midfield in that number 10 role. In that number 10 role, he can score goals and he can assist. If you check his record with Ajax in last season, a player that scored almost about 18 goals, 17, 18 goals in a season, and had a great form of assist. He's the only player that, for me personally, I think can play that role of Nkuku. But as it stands, West Ham, we are told they are working hard to sign him. We heard they already have a personal agreement with the player as we speak. And the owners, the directors of West Ham, they are already in Holland trying to negotiate out. We don't know what Chelsea can do at this moment. Don't forget, Chelsea started to make effort about Kudus earlier. Earlier in preseason, we were linked to Mohamed Kudus. Then all of a sudden, we now shifted towards who? Michael Olise. I believe the reason being that Michael Olise is already playing the league. And so we felt Michael Olise can perform better because he already knows the league instead of bringing somebody from outside. But we also forgot that Mohamed Kudus even came to England in the Champions League against Liverpool and scored a goal. That should tell you that the chap is not afraid to face any opposition. He's a strong player. It will be a very painful thing for some of us if West Ham is to get him and for me to see Mohamed Kudus playing against my team, Chelsea, I'll be sad. I'll be very sad. But this is football. Even brothers play against each other. So let me just hope that Chelsea can still do something about it. Right now, there are other players that we are working on. There are other players that Chelsea is working on. So we'll not cry over spilled milk. Let's just hope that those players that we are working on, they will materialize in something great. Now, to another issue, our captain, Reece James. Reece James is injured. Our captain is injured and he'll be out for some weeks, according to the gaffer. He's injured and he'll be out for some weeks, according to the gaffer. I said this before in one of my previous videos, that because of the injury situation of Reece James, I do not want him to become the captain. I actually tipped Thiago Silva to be the captain. Look, as a captain, you need to be constant in the team, constantly. You need to be playing week in, week out. You need to be part of the squad every day, every moment. Not that you're part of the squad today, tomorrow you're out of the squad. You are part of the squad this week, next week you are not there. No, we need a regular person that will be involved in daily activities of the team. You were announced a captain a week ago. This week you are off. You're going to spend 3 weeks, 1 month out of the squad. When you come back, it can destabilize the squad. We need a regular player to be the captain of Chelsea. That is why I opted for Thiago Silva. He is old. Thiago Silva, 38 years. He's old. We all know. He could have been the captain. Then we will now appoint Ben Chilwell as it is run as assistant. So anytime Thiago Silva is retiring, Ben Chilwell takes over, but not an injury-prone person. I can't believe it that Chelsea we made this kind of mistake again. Now to go back and say we are changing the captainship, or are we saying that our main captain will always be absent in the squad, and then we always rely on our deputy captain? We always rely on our deputy captain. Not that our deputy captain is not good. And let me say something here. What our coach said about our deputy captain, Ben Chilwell, he is very intense, but what our captain, that's our deputy captain said about the coach. What our captain, Ben Chilwell, he is now the captain, not even a deputy anymore, because once we don't have the captain available, he's injured, no one knows when he's going to come back. He's automatically the captain. So Ben Chilwell, our captain, this is what he said about our coach. He said he's very intense, but in the best way. You know, when you are on the pitch, you have to give everything to him, yourself and the club. But away from the pitch, he is very relaxed, and he will come and join you for lunch and talk to you about your favorite film. He will come to you and talk to you about your favorite movie. When you are out of the pitch, he can join you in your lunch hour. He will joke with you. But when you get to the pitch, he's very intense. He's very intense. He's like a father. He knows when to play with his squad. He knows when to be serious with the squad. And the players also know him for that. When he's on the pitch, he's very, very intense, but in the best way. In the best way. Yes. You know, when you are on the pitch, you have to give everything to him. This is what our captain is saying. When you are on the pitch, you must give everything to the coach. Yourself and the club. But away from the pitch, he is very relaxed, and he will come and join you for lunch and talk to you about your favorite film. That is what our captain, Ben Chilwell, said about the coach. All right. Ben Jacobs, one of the people you can trust when it comes to breaking news, reliable news, is Ben Jacobs. He delved into the matters arising from Romeo Lavia decision to play for Chelsea. And he discovered that there were people that were deeply involved. There were people that were deeply involved in Romeo Lavia coming to Chelsea and signing for Chelsea. And this is what he has to say. Ben Jacob, this is what he has to say. Joe Shield had a really important role in Romeo Lavia transfer, but a few of Chelsea players also played a small part. Wesley Fofana was one of them, with Lavia saying they are good friends. Was the same with Moses Caicedo. Several Chelsea players in contact after Liverpool's bid. Caicedo made it clear he will wait for Chelsea. So it means that the players were deeply involved, including who is Joe Shields. Joe Shields is like a mentor to Romeo Lavia. He was in Manchester City when Lavia was a young player, then under Manchester City. Before Southampton bought him, and the same man moved again to Southampton. Now he is with Chelsea, and he was able to stand in and convince Romeo Lavia that, you know me, anywhere I go, I always want you to be there. So Joe Shield played a major role in convincing Lavia to come to Chelsea. Apart from that, there were other players like Fofana. These are Belgian players. Fofana, who was also involved. Yeah. Just like during Caicedo time, before he got a transfer finally, there were some players within the squad that were in touch with Caicedo. That is why he made a decision that he would be waiting until Chelsea finalized the deal with who? With Brighton. With Brighton. And we also heard our legend speaking about the player. We heard from Eden Hazard, giving a good message of encouragement to Eden Hazard. Now, Lavia on Pochettino, Romeo Lavia spoke about a coach. He said, when I spoke to him, it was pretty clear what he wanted and the direction he wanted to go in. I was pleased to hear what he wanted, and his energy was something that matched with mine. His energy was something that matched with mine. On why he chose Chelsea, he said, my feeling is that the project, the ambition, and the history were key factors. My feeling is that the project, the ambition, and the history were key factors. When he was asked, why did you choose to come to Chelsea? Why did you choose to come to Chelsea when Liverpool was after you, other clubs were after you? He said, my feeling is that the project, the ambition, and the history of the club were key factors in him making the decision to come to Chelsea. That is Romeo Lavia. So there were factors that were involved. The project was attractive to him. The ambition of the club was attracted to him, and the history of the club. Like we said, in recent times, most young players, what attracts them most is the history of Chelsea, what they know about Chelsea in current history, not what they heard 30 years ago, no, what they grew up to know about Chelsea. These guys, this young child, they know about Chelsea in this current dispensation, about what Chelsea achieved. Yeah. I want to remind you again that this Sunday, our game against West Ham, we will not have some players because we've been dealt with by injury. One is Rhys James, our captain, and Trevor Chalobah, suffering from hamstring injuries in training. James not expected to make swift return. Let's have that in mind. Before I go to the next one, Romeo Lavia again. I'm really happy and proud. I am really happy and proud. It's a privilege to be able to put on this shirt. Most of the players we've signed are players I have played against and thought, oof, these players are good. So to be able to work with them is a great feeling. It's a great feeling. Thank you. To be able to work with them is what? Is a great feeling, according to Romeo Lavia. Yes, these are players that he said he played with these players. Now he's having the opportunity to work with them. And for him, it's a great feeling to work with these players. They are young players and good players. So it will be good to make each other better. That's the only way to succeed. That is the only way to succeed. This is what he has to say regarding the squad. Let me repeat that again for you to hear. I'm really happy and proud. It's a privilege to be able to put on this shirt. Most of the players we've signed are players I have played against and thought, oof, these players are good. So to be able to work with them is a great feeling. They are young players and good players. So it will be good to make each other better. That's the only way to succeed. This is what our player, our new sign, our new chap has to say. This is what he had to say. Now we move on. Yes, we move on. We move on. Very soon we'll be going into the match, the upcoming game. I'm just telling you the things that transpired over the week. One of our players, or some of our players also were speaking. They've been speaking, today. We heard from Madrike. He said, I think if you start a season at Chelsea and don't believe you can challenge, you shouldn't be in the building, to be honest. Madrike, he said, I think if you start a season at Chelsea and don't believe you can be challenging, you shouldn't be in the building. That is, if you are in a team like Chelsea and you don't believe that you can challenge for any trophy, you don't believe that you can win a cup, you don't believe that you can win the league, then you shouldn't be part of the squad. Shouldn't be part of the squad. Shouldn't be part of the squad. That is what he said. On Casaido, this is what Pochettino said. The club worked really hard. I wanted to congratulate the sporting directors and owners to have this kind of signing. I want to congratulate the job the owners and sporting directors are doing. It is fantastic to have this kind of player in the squad. This is what our coach, our gaffer, had to say about the signing of Casaido. Pochettino, on a new striker, said we are working to see all the options that we can manage on the market, to see the potentials and the reality. In the same time, we cannot forget Armando Broja. We really believe in him. He can be a really important striker for Chelsea. So let's look out. They are still in the market for a striker, but they don't want to forget what Armando Broja. Yes. Then Noni Maduike's claim again, his aim. He said, I think if you start a season, okay, I read that already. He said, if you look at our squad on paper, the depth, would be doing ourselves this service if we thought we couldn't be right up there. Quickly, I want to do something. And I'm going to be giving you a list of players that we signed in recent season, this season, and the amount we bought them. And the players that we sold out. Like I told you, we sold out a lot of players and we are still going to sell out many. So I want to give you the players that came in, the ins. Then I'll give you the one that we sold out. First of all, Moses Casaido, 115 million pounds. 115 million pounds. Romeo Lavia, 58 million pounds. Christopher Nkuku, 53 million pounds. Axel Disasi, 38.7 million pounds. Nicholas Jackson, 32 million pounds. Leslie Ogochukwu, 23 million pounds. Robert Sanchez, 20 million pounds. Angelo Gabriel, 13 million pounds. These players are the players we bought in this season. These are the players we bought in this season. How many are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We bought new players 8 in this season. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 players we bought in this season. Let me go over the names again. Moses Casaido, Romeo Lavia, Christopher Nkuku, Axel Disasi, Nicholas Jackson, Leslie Gochuku, Robert Sanchez, Angelo Gabriel. Now remember, Christopher Nkuku was actually bought December, January, in the January transfer window, but he only came in this season. So bear that in mind. Then the players we sold out, the players that were sold out in this season, let me go over them again. The players that are out, the ones I mentioned earlier on, that the incomings, the ones that we sold out, Kai Havertz, 65 million pounds. Mason Mount, 55 million pounds. Mateo Kovacic, 25 million pounds. Kolidio Koulibaly, 20 million pounds. Christian Pulisic, 17 million pounds. Edward Mendy, 16 million pounds. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, 14 million pounds. Ethan Ampadu, 7 million pounds. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, free. N'Golo Kante, free. Cesar Spilicueta, free. Bakayoko, free. All these players that we gave out free, they are 4. 4 players that we give out free. So that simply means that the squad, that was about 30-something plus. You minus all these players, including the free ones. How many are they? Players that we left out of the squad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 players so far are gone. 12 players so far are gone out of the squad. And like I told you, we still have about 8 more to go. This coming week, is going to be a very serious week for Chelsea for businesses. We still have about 8 players to sell out. 8 players which are not here yet. As a matter of fact, out of that 8, we have how do you call him? Colin Hudson-Odoi is not here. We have Zage, he's not here. This coming week, those lists will be coming out. About 8 more players are going out of the 38 or so that we have as a squad. Remember, our coach says that he wants just about 22 to 23 players, plus the academy ones. So all these players we had in the squad, how many we sold so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we bought 8. We bought 8 players and we sold 12. And we are going to be selling more players in the coming week. The coming week, we're going to be selling more players. Now, I'm reading this statement from Kane Chukwuemeka on the coach. Kane Chukwuemeka on Mauricio Pochettino. He's come in and immediately had a conversation with me. He's giving me positive criticism, which I need. He's shown me what I have done well and what I can improve on. He knows when to be tough and when to put an arm around me. I think as a squad and me personally, we see him as more of a friend as well as a manager, which is very good. We need that relationship with him. I can't thank him enough already, to be fair. This is coming from who? Kane Chukwuemeka. Now, Kane Chukwuemeka is a player that we are looking up to, most of us, the fans. On Sunday, we want to see him in action again, in that role of Nkuku. At least right now, he's the one to play that role for us. Kane Chukwuemeka. Right now, he's the one to play that role for us. And so personally, I'm happy. He's happy also to work under this coach. I'm happy to read this statement from him. I'm very happy to read this statement from him. We are still expecting some incomings. And as we speak, our management, our owners are still working on some other players. Some other players. Yes. Both Lavia and Casado are eligible for West Ham, but Pochettino says he will decide tomorrow if they will play. It's easy to say they will be involved, but the most important thing is to avoid risks and not rush them. If they are ready tomorrow, they will be involved. If not, we'll wait. That is what the coach said regarding them. So let's just wait patiently and see what happens. Let's see what happens. Luis Hall, it's as we speak, it's undergoing through his medicals with Newcastle. Luis Hall is undergoing through medical. The information we are receiving right now is that Luis Hall is undergoing medicals with Newcastle and is going for a loan with an option or obligation to buy. He's going for a loan with an obligation to buy. That is an update on that. That is an update on that. Okay, we have spent close to 1 hour and we will be moving swiftly to the team. Remember, Romeo Lavia is taking the number 45 jersey. Romeo Lavia is taking the number 45 jersey. That is the jersey number that he picked up. Yes, Romeo Lavia is going to be wearing the number 45 jersey. That is what we are told. That is the jersey number he has chosen. Now, I want to hear from you that is watching me, wherever you are watching from. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you, wherever you're watching me from. As we are about to move swiftly into the other issues. But let me ask you again. In the market, as we are going for the market, Chelsea are still looking for that number 10 row that will replace Nkuku. As we missed out on, how do you call him? Michael Olise. As we missed out on Michael Olise, we are going for other options. And one of the options that came up is Ryan Cherki. Ryan Cherki and Mohamed Kudus. These two players, Cherki and Kudus. I want to hear from you, Cherki and Kudus. Who do you expect? Which of them will you prefer and why? Cherki and Kudus. Ryan Cherki and Mohamed Kudus. Which one of them will you prefer? Which one of them will you prefer? Let me hear from you in the comment section. Mohamed Kudus and Cherki, which one of them will you prefer to be, a Chelsea player in the coming weeks? I want to hear from you. I want to give you the latest updates around the Blues before we move on. I want to give the latest updates around the Blues before we move on. Yes, because I'll soon be giving you my starting 11. I'll be giving you my starting 11 soon. So before then, I want to give you latest updates about what is happening around. Chelsea Rewind. 11 September 1995. Chelsea beat West Ham 3-1 at Upton Park. Dennis Wise and John Spencer with the goals on John's birthday. He received an unwanted gift when Julian Dix stamped on his head, but was made better after receiving the man of the match champagne from Rude. That is it for you. For those of us that are interested in history, history will repeat itself again on Sunday. That is why I brought out this for you. This is history. Chelsea Rewind, 11 September 1995. Chelsea beat West Ham 3-1 at Upton Park. Remember, we are going to Upton Park on Sunday. Now, this is 11 September 1995. This is history. Chelsea beat West Ham 3-1 at Upton Park. Dennis Wise and John Spencer with the goals on John's birthday. He received an unwanted gift when Julian Dix stamped on his head, but was made better after receiving the man of the match champagne from Rude. That is history for you. So that same history is going to repeat itself on Sunday against the same team, West Ham. Sunday against the same team, West Ham. Yes. Now, like I said, few news that are around before we go into before I'll give you my team prediction. Chelsea are interested in Arsenal striker Folarin Balogun. No formal bid yet, but interest is real. Monaco still pushing and expected to back in with improved offer. So Folarin is an Arsenal striker, and the news coming in is that Chelsea has shown interest in him. How true that is, we wait to see. But that is the latest news I'm giving you before I move to my team prediction, before we go to other matters in the next 1 hour. In the next 1 hour. Chelsea, we have a match against West Ham on Sunday. And that is the preparation we are having currently. Yes. Our coach was asked regarding Casado and Lavia, what happened that they came to Chelsea and why the issue between Chelsea and Liverpool. Listen to what he said. Mauricio Pochettino on beating Liverpool to Lavia and Casado. He says, it was a player decision to join us. That makes us very happy. They talk well about our sporting directors and owners about how they want to end the target. It is also about the players wanting to come and show, the players wanting to come here and feeling that something special is happening here. So it is the players' decision. He, as a coach, did not play any major role in the players coming. But they did not bribe anybody. They did not do anything bad towards Liverpool. The players made their own decision to be in Chelsea. It was purely the players' decision to come to Chelsea, according to our coach when he was asked regarding the issues. So remember, Casado has taken the number 25 jersey, and Romeo Lavia has taken number 45 jersey. Remember that before we go into other matters. I'm just giving you few news around regarding Chelsea. These are live news, latest news. Like I keep telling you, you can only get the latest news from this channel. Yes, you can only get latest news from this channel. You don't need to go far. You look to us and we'll give you latest news. Latest news. Chelsea interested in Arsenal striker. Oh, this news keep popping up. That means there is a truth. There's a truth in it. There's a truth in it. Wow. That's great. Well, we wait to see. We wait to see. We wait to see. The vibes in the squad are unimaginable. I can't name one person who doesn't fit in everyone. Everyone's just bouncing off each other, on and off the pitch. And I think that helps building a relationship with each other. Regarding the squad, the unity, the love in the squad, that is from who? Kane Chukwuemeka. He's trying to let us understand the unity and the love that is in the squad so far from Kane Chukwuemeka. All right, quickly, we are going to our team prediction, our team lineup for this coming week. The match that is about to take place, the match coming up, we want to give our own team prediction. What about you? What do you think about the squad? We want to hear from you. We want to know your mind. What do you think? West Ham versus Chelsea. Team lineup, our predicted team lineup. We want to start from this moment. Our predicted team lineup. You can also send us your team lineup and predict the score line. We want to know what you think. In goalpost, yes, in goalpost. In goalpost, Sanchez. You can jot it down. You can write it down. In goalpost, we are predicting Sanchez in goalpost. I know many of you say, well, we don't have any other option. That is what you say, that, well, we don't have any other option. Right? That is what you say. We don't have any other option. So in goalpost, if we said we want Sanchez, yes, there's no other option. Right now, he's the safest hand we have. Right now, he's the safest hand that we have. In goalpost, we have Robert Sanchez. And we have 4 backs. 4 backs. We are still going by our 4-2-3-1 formation. Our prediction is still 4-2-3-1 formation against West Ham. And so in goalpost, we have Sanchez, Robert Sanchez. Left back, we have Ben Chilwell. Ben Chilwell. Ben Chilwell. Then we have Levi Colwill. Levi Colwill at the center. I'm talking about the back 4. We have Levi Colwill, Thiago Silva. And then we have Malo Gusto. Malo Gusto in place of Reece James. Malo Gusto. So our back 4, Malo Gusto, Thiago Silva, Levi Colwill, Ben Chilwell. In midfield, like I said earlier on, I don't believe we making use of Lavia for this game. So I'll go for Moses Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez. Moses Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. Attacking midfield 3. Modric at the left wing. Chukwuemeka on the number 10 row and Sterling on the right wing. Raheem Sterling on the right wing. Then in attack, or our striker, Nicholas Jackson. This is my prediction. 4-2-3 formation. 4-2-3 formation. And my striker, Nicholas Jackson. Left wing, Modric. Number 10 row, Chukwuemeka. Right wing, Sterling, Raheem Sterling. Midfield 2 pivot at the midfield. That's Enzo Fernandez and Moise Caicedo. Enzo Fernandez and Moise Caicedo. Then I have the 4 backs. 4 backs are Ben Chilwell, Levi Colwill, Thiago Silva, and Malo Gusto. Our goalkeeper, Sanchez. This is my predicted lineup for Sunday's game against West Ham. You can also predict yours. I want to hear from you. You can also predict yours. I know you are watching me and you also have your lineup in mind. I believe that Romeo Lavia might not be ready mentally. I'm talking about mentally because of the stress of the week. What he went through, preparation and everything, the signing, he might not be ready mentally. But Moise Caicedo, at least he came in earlier. He partook in training with the squad for some days now, about 3 or 4 days now, about 3 days now. So he could be fully prepared for the match. So let me go over it again for you to hear for the last time. You can write it down, and when the match is about to start, you can send me a message and tell me my prediction came true. You can send me a message. We have Nicholas Jackson, we have Modric, Chukwuemeka, and Sterling. This is the front 3 with our striker up. Then we have Enzo Fernandez and Moise Caicedo in that midfield. We have Ben Chilwell, left wing, Levi Colwill, Thiago Silva, and Malo Gusto on the right back, right defense. Thank you. That is our prediction for this season. What do you think? What do you think about my squad that I just mentioned? And hey, what is the scoreline? Let me know also your predicted scoreline. Predicted scoreline against West Ham. predicted scoreline against West Ham. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Your predicted scoreline against West Ham. Let me know. It's gonna be tough. Right? I want to hear from you. What's your predicted scoreline against West Ham? I want to know. I want to hear from you. We are still on it. Your predicted lineup for this game against West Ham. Let me hear from you. What's your predicted lineup? I'll soon be going to other news, other transfer news. Yes, we might delve into other teams for you to know what is happening around the globe in other transfer news. Mohamed Kudus is my expectation that Chelsea will be able to overcome West Ham and get him. Mohamed Kudus. I need that chap in Chelsea. Yeah, I need him in Chelsea. I would predict 2-1 victory for Chelsea. 2-1 victory for Chelsea. 2-1. Yeah, 2-1. I think we are winning our first game. We are winning our first game in West Ham this weekend. On Sunday. We will win our first game on Sunday. We will win our first game on Sunday. That is my prediction. We are to win our first game on Sunday. West Ham, in their last game, they played draw. They played draw in their last game. And we also played draw in our last game. West Ham played draw. I'm correct, yeah. They played draw game. And so this match, I believe they would like to come in to win. They want to come in to win this match. They are not coming in to play. Likewise, Chelsea, we are also not coming in to play. Because the teams that won their first games last week, they are all here. Newcastle won their game by 5 goals. Newcastle won the last game, the first game, 5 goals. Brighton, 4 goals. Manchester City, 3 goals. Arsenal, 2 goals. Crystal Palace, 1. Fulham, 1. Manchester United, 1. These are the teams that won their games last week. These are the teams that won their game last week. So a team like West Ham that we are playing against in this coming week will surely come in with full force and full strength. They are coming in with full force and full strength. So I'll predict 2-1 for Chelsea. I'll predict 2-1 for Chelsea. Yeah. I'll predict 2-1 for Chelsea. That is my prediction. I'm sorry for that noise there. I'm trying to get you some news around the globe, the latest news. Let me know your prediction as well. We've crossed 1 hour. We are going to 2 hours. We still have almost about 40 minutes to go. I'm here with you. Until you speak, I'm not leaving you. Remember, I promise to always be here whenever you need me. I promise to always be with you. And so it's my duty and my honor to serve you. Because I want to go into other news now for you. Yeah. Yes. I want to go into other news now for you. Now we are set to go. Chelsea has no... Somebody is sending me, somebody said Chelsea has no history. You really think so? Liverpool fan. This is a Liverpool fan. He said that Chelsea has no history. Really? Chelsea new signings. Chelsea has no history. Ambitions and projects. Really? Are you having yellow fever? For you to say Chelsea has no history, are you sure? Are you really sure? Well, if you think so, that Chelsea has no history, maybe you don't know the current history of football. Maybe you are still dreaming about the old, 1920 history. No, now we are not talking about 1920 history. We are talking about 2020 history, 2000 history, 2005, and to where we are now. That's what we are talking about. Yeah. Well, or a bit of a sad news about other clubs. Kevin De Bruyne. The news after the Burnley game was a really big blow for me physically and mentally. Now the surgery is done. I'm ready to heal my body and get back to work soon. Thank you all for your support. That is from Kevin De Bruyne. That is from Kevin De Bruyne. Manchester City has lost a great player at the beginning of the season. He'll be out for a while. He'll be out for a while. And that is the news coming from him, Kevin De Bruyne. That is the news coming from him. I sympathize with him anyway. He's a great player. He was one of us before. Yes. And the news also coming in for your information that Chelsea never withdrew their offer. They never withdrew their offer for Olise. That offer is still standing. Even though the guy signed a new deal, we can still bid for him. So the offer is still standing. Chelsea never withdrew their offer for Michael Olise. It means that if the team decide to sell him, Chelsea can still buy him because the offer is still pending. The offer is still pending. That is what it means. Chelsea never withdrew their offer for Michael Olise. But must we still go in for him? I think the player already rejected us. If the player really wants to be with Chelsea, he wouldn't have agreed to sign a new deal with his club. It might prolong, it might delay, but we'll still have gotten him. But now that he has decided to sign a new contract with his club, it means he wants to stay there. So I personally, I will not even like to go into that issue again. Yeah, thank God I don't have the power. I don't have the power. That is it. Just that. I don't have the power. So if I were to have the power, then I can do something about it. Right now, I don't have the power. Yes. All right. Okay. My goodness. Great news coming in. Despite making some bad decisions last season, the owners and the recruitment team have done a great job shifting out players and bringing in new faces. That is very great. That is what we are saying. Our owners this time around, they might have made a very bad decisions when they took over newly. We know, we understand. When you take over a new job, a new position, sometimes you make mistakes, but you learn from your mistakes. That's the most important thing. You learn from your mistakes. Then you move on from there. Once you can be able to learn from your mistakes, you correct those mistakes, then you move on. You learn from your mistakes, then you move on. Unless you are the type who doesn't learn, you make mistake and you continue to dwell there. But if you learn from your mistakes and you move on from there, it's very great. That is what is expected of you. Our owners, they made a mistake from the very beginning. They learn from it and they move on. For me, this is a perfect midfield we have right now. Maybe not a lot of goals to expect from this squad or from these midfielders. But it will mean we get a lot of possession. Yeah. I'm saying my mind that the players that we brought in right now, Lavia, Casaido, Enzo Fernandez, for me, this is a perfect midfield we have right now. Maybe they might not score a lot of goals, but it will mean we've got a lot of possession and a lot of protection for our defenders. Only time will tell. But the fact they are so young, they will only get better. And we'll start learning each other's game. Because they are so young, they can only get better and they will start learning each other's game and they can only improve together. All these three players, Enzo Fernandez, Casaido, and Romeo Lavia, they are all very young. They are all very young. They can only get better. They can work together and get better and grow together. That is my take. That is my take. That is why I'm very happy the owners have learned from their mistakes. They've learned from their mistakes. You understand it? Yeah. I'm still reading news from Chelsea only. I'm giving you latest news about Chelsea squad going into Sunday's game. I have not, maybe the last 20 minutes, I'll be going into other teams or other clubs' issues. But for now, I'm still dwelling on Chelsea and Chelsea and Chelsea. Chelsea and Chelsea and Chelsea. Yeah. Yes, I'm still dwelling on Chelsea and Chelsea and Chelsea right now. Okay. The Chelsea are interested in Arsenal striker Folarin Balogun. No formal bid, but interest is real. Well, let's wait and see. I'm not sure we would like to go in for Arsenal reject at this point. No, I'm not sure on that. Maybe unless our coach has a way or he has a role or he knows how to use him, then we can talk about that. As it stands right now, I don't think we should even try to go in for Arsenal reject. No. Not at this point. Not at this point. What do you think? Let me know from the comment section. Louis Hall signed a new 6-year deal with an option for an extra year at Chelsea. Then we now sold him. Yes, it's true. It's true. He's going on a loan. Actually, he is not part of the first team. And so he's going on a loan for 1 year. It is a news that most of us, we don't want to hear. We didn't want it initially, especially when we heard that he wanted an outright sale. He doesn't want to go on. The player doesn't want to go on loan. But our owners want him to go on loan for us to assess him for next year. But he insisted that he should rather be sold if he's not going to be part of the first team. But finally it was agreed that he goes on loan for 1 year with an option to buy by Newcastle. And the amount we are told is around 28 to 35 million pounds. 28 to 35 million pounds depends on his performance over the period. Between 28 and 35 million pounds, depending on his performance over the period. Yeah. I'm torn on the Jeremy Doku rumor. If you want an exciting player with outrageous technical and dribbling ability, he's literally the guy. And honestly, has become way more than just a dribble merchant. There is actual final third quality that has really been growing. But of course, I understand if you don't want him because of his history with injuries. And who knows if we could get it over the line anyway, with City being close on this for a while. But I can't lie, get me Bakola or Doku and I am buzzing. A respectful no thanks to Brennan Johnson. Well, Chelsea has been linked with this guy, Jeremy Doku. This is a player that Manchester City has been working on for some time. I heard few hours ago that Pep Guardiola made a statement that if Chelsea will be going to do the bidding war with them, then they should rather withdraw. That he's not interested in any bidding war with Chelsea regarding Jeremy Doku. And the news, we are getting right now is that he's also injury prone. He's injury prone. Please, Chelsea, let us not be going for all these injury prone players. Let us not be going for all these injury prone players. Let us not be going for all these injury prone players. Doku is good, but his style of play is similar to Madueke. He's very good, but his style of play is similar to Madueke. We have Madueke there already. And this Doku guy, with the price tag that they're putting on him right now, and Man City are after him, together with the injury, let us not go for a player that within the next 2 games, you also go on the treatment room again, please. This guy, Brennan Johnson from Nottingham Forest, he also came in the limelight yesterday. Brennan Johnson from Nottingham Forest, if I'm not mistaken, yes. That Chelsea is interested in him. the moment Olise deal was closed, the next place we turned our focus on was Brennan Johnson from Nottingham Forest. I believe that he is a good player. Brennan Johnson, from what I heard, I don't know much about his profile, the statistics about him, but from what we heard, he is a good player. He is a good player. So it's better we turn our attention on players that are fit, that are not injury prone, that we can even help to develop, that Chelsea can help to develop, instead of going in for injury prone players. Please, that is my take. That is my take now. That is my take now. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Let's talk about it. Your predictions. I predicted 2-1 victory for Chelsea. We are talking about match review. Match review. And we also discussed our coach, all that the coach has said. All that our coach has said in today's press briefing. He said Chelsea held talks with the representatives of Balogun yesterday and also today. Well, every player is almost linked with Chelsea. Right now, we are still not tied in the market yet. We still need reinforcement. Yeah, in most of the positions in the squad, we don't have much players in the squad. Quickly, I am moving to other news, and I will start with Manchester United. In other news, since we are still waiting to get update on Chelsea, I'm moving with other news, and I will start with Manchester United. Confirmed squad members traveling to London for this weekend game. Confirmed squad members traveling to London for this weekend games. Onana, Henderson, Vitek, Dalot, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Lindelof, Martinez, Luke Shaw, Casemiro, McTominay, Mount, Eriksen, Fernandes, Pellistri, Anthony, Rashford, Garnacho, Sancho, and Martial. These are the confirmed squad members of Manchester United traveling to London for their game. Okay. I want to go to the league fixtures for this weekend. For those of us that are not aware of the league fixtures for this weekend, I want to go over it for you. On Friday, which is tonight, Nottingham Forest versus Sheffield United. Nottingham Forest versus Sheffield United, they are playing tonight. Nottingham Forest versus Sheffield United, they are playing tonight. Tonight, 18th of August. That is 7:45 p.m. Saturday, 19th of August, Fulham versus Brentford. Saturday, Fulham, Brentford. Liverpool, Bournemouth. Luton Town, Burnley, postponed. Wolverhampton Wanderers, Brighton and Hove Albion. Wolverhampton Wanderers. These are all Saturday games. Tottenham Hotspur, Manchester United. We had Manchester United squad list that is coming to London to face Tottenham on tomorrow, which is Saturday. Manchester City, Newcastle. These two games, Manchester City, Newcastle, and Tottenham Hotspur, Manchester United, are going to be very tough matches. Watch out for these matches. Then on Sunday, Aston Villa, Everton, West Ham, Chelsea. Then Monday, Crystal Palace, Arsenal. Monday Night Football, Crystal Palace, Arsenal. Crystal Palace, Arsenal. Yeah. Then Chelsea fans, our next game is going to be on Friday, 25th of August. Chelsea versus Luton. Chelsea, Luton. That's next weekend. It's going to be on Friday match. Have that in mind. Friday match. Have that in mind. So that is the how do you call it? League fixtures for this weekend for you. Premier League fixtures for this weekend. Nottingham Forest, Sheffield United tonight, Friday night. Saturday, Fulham, Brentford, Liverpool, Bournemouth, Luton Town, Burnley, postponed. Wolves, Brighton, Tottenham, Manchester United, Manchester City, Newcastle. Then on Sunday, Aston Villa, Everton, West Ham, Chelsea. On Sunday, Monday night, Crystal Palace, Arsenal. Then next weekend games, Chelsea, our game is on Friday against Luton Town. Yes, against Luton Town. So that's the fixtures for you right now. Remember, tonight is Nottingham Forest, Sheffield United. If you want to watch it, you know where to watch your match, wherever. It depends on where you are. It depends on where you are. And if you can get a match to watch, depends on where you are. Yes. So I was giving you updates on the other teams, the other clubs. I was giving updates on the other clubs, and I already mentioned Manchester United squad that is coming to town, that's coming to London. Confirmed squad members members traveling to London for Manchester United: Onana, Henderson, Vitek, Dalot, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Lindelof, Martinez, Shaw, Casemiro, McTominay, Mount, Eriksen, Fernandes, Pellistri, Anthony, Rashford, Garnacho, Sancho, and Martial. These are the confirmed Manchester United squad that is coming to London to face Tottenham. You know, like I told you, we'll be giving you things you don't know. News that other people cannot give you. We go the extra mile to research, to give you live updates, live news. Exactly what is happening is what we'll tell you. Before you hear it in the news somewhere, we will give it to you as it is. We will give it to you as it is. That is why we are here and we are spending the time 2 hours live with you. So stay tuned. We still have about half an hour, about 32 minutes to go. Still have about 32 minutes to go. Yes. And we'll be giving you more news, more updates before we go. Let us hear from you. We want to hear from you. Interact with us. Breaking news. Breaking news about Mohamed Kudus. Yes, breaking news about Mohamed Kudus. The news just popped up right now. Just in, Ajax are now asking 51.5 million for Mohamed Kudus. Whoa. They've increased the price tag. I think there is something cooking here. If Chelsea is not in this game right now, forcing Ajax to increase their amount, because initial price tag was 40 million euros. Initial price tag was 40 million euros. Now that West Ham has entered the race, West Ham is serious, finished negotiation with the player. West Ham finished negotiation with the player. The player accepted. Now that Chelsea is getting involved, I believe Ajax has increased the price tag on Mohamed Kudus from 40 million euros to 51.5 million euros. That is a breaking news right now for you. Mohamed Kudus is now 51.5 million euros, according to Ajax right now. Initially, they said 35 to 40 million. Now that things have changed, now that West Ham is going in fully, now that West Ham has already submitted their bid or their personal agreement with the player, Ajax decided to increase the price. There is something cooking. I believe Chelsea is cooking something. That has forced the hand of Ajax to increase the price. Yes. Yes, that is the news right now we are having. Mohamed Kudus. Anyway, to other news, Sofian Amrabat is still waiting for Manchester United and has been since the end of June. According to Fabrizio Romano, this player has been waiting on Manchester United for them to finish the deal long ago, and until now, nothing seems to be happening. And he's still waiting. For how long? For how long? He's been waiting. He loved Manchester United. He made up his mind that is the only place he wants to play his game. But Manchester United want to sell before they can buy. They want to sell Maguire before they can buy. They want to sell. They must sell before they can buy. That is what is happening to Manchester United. They need to sell before they can buy. Best news of the day, PSG goalkeeper Sergio Rico is being released today from hospital. Wow. That is very great. That is very great. He has been in the hospital for the past 82 days. Thank God for his life. After that incident, thank God. Yeah. So other news, I told you, I'll be giving you some other news. And hey, do you know how many years Chelsea signed these players? Let me break it down for you. Notable incoming this summer. And how many years they've signed, the agreements that Chelsea have with some of these players. How many years are they going to be staying in the club? Lavia, 7 years contract. Casaido, 8 years. Sanchez, 7 years. Nkuku, 6 years. Disasi, 6 years. Ugochukwu, 7 years. Jackson, 8 years. Long contracts. All these players, some of them have option of renewal, option of 1 year renewal. Some of them have option of 1 year renewal. Long years of contract. Galatasaray and Chelsea consider Hakim Ziyech deal agreed. All documents are ready. Galatasaray and Chelsea consider Hakim Ziyech deal agreed. All documents are ready. Just waiting for signature, then deal completed. Ziyech expected to travel to Istanbul tonight. Confirm. Deal agreed. Deal agreed. So, as we speak, actually, he finished the medicals yesterday. Yeah, he already finished the medicals yesterday. So there's no issue on that. I am trying to get the latest news on Lukaku for us, but it looks like that news escaped me. That news escaped me. But in any case, we shall get there. We shall get there. The latest transfer news updates. Wataru Endo completed a deal with Liverpool. Yes. His deal with Liverpool has been completed. Somebody says that Liverpool tried to sign Enzo from Chelsea. Enzo from Chelsea. They did not succeed. They tried to sign Casaido. They did not succeed. So they went in for Endo. Enzo, for Chelsea, Enzo. They tried to sign him. They didn't succeed. And then they also tried to sign Casaido. So they now put the N and the Do together to get Endo. For 30 years old. The 30-year-old. Very interesting. People can be very interesting. Yeah. Our new right back is Malogusto. Malogusto is our new right back. In the absence of Rhys James, Malogusto, we are looking up to him to take over that position and perform to his best. Malogusto. Malogusto. And for those of you that are interested in news about Kylian Mbappe, he's part of the PSG squad for next game. Yeah. Kylian Mbappe is part of the PSG squad for the next game. He was reinstated into the squad back over this weekend, over last week. He was accepted back into the squad over the week. So he trained with the squad throughout this week, after 2 months of being absent. And so Kylian Mbappe currently is part of the PSG squad for their next game. I have the list of squad members here, but I don't think I need to mention all. Yeah. They still have a very strong squad, PSG. Marco Verratti out of the squad again. But any other player is there, including their new signings. Dembele is also there in the squad. He's also there in the squad. Yeah. Breaking news. West Ham United have submitted 35 million plus 5 million in bonuses offered to Montpellier El Wahi, which meets the asking price according to El Equipe. West Ham United have submitted 35 million euro plus 5 million in bonuses offer to Montpellier for El Wahi, which meets the asking price according to El Equipe. According to El Equipe. This player, El Wahi, Chelsea was interested in him from initially. Chelsea was really interested in him initially, but later on we back up. And the question is, West Ham submitting this bid now. So Kudus right now, as we stand, they've not submitted a bid for Kudus. Maybe the price tag is what forced them now to change their mind and submitted a bid for El Wahi now. Kudus now, there is no bid submitted yet for Kudus from West Ham. It's only verbal agreement with the player they had, not even with the team, not even the team Ajax. And this guy is still popping up. Folarin Balogun netted 21 goals in League One, but when you look a bit deeper, it becomes concerning. 7 of those 21 goals were penalties, and he underperformed his XG by 7. Chelsea will have to fork out 50 million plus for a player Arsenal are willing to cash in on and see behind Eddie Nketiah. No, no. A player that is behind Eddie Nketiah, no. If Chelsea want a striker, they should surely look at someone who can be like an Olivier Giroud, a striker that can allow Jackson the proper chance to become Chelsea's number 1, but also chip in with goals off the bench and cover as a starter when Jackson goes to AFCON. That's true. That's true. That is true. A person we're suggesting Datro Fofana, David Washington, and others. Okay. That is a great suggestion, my brother. This is a great suggestion from you. I appreciate that. These are the kind of comments I want to be reading. All right. Okay. Why are we so quiet? Oh, my goodness. My goodness. Please come back. Let's conclude this together. Let's conclude this together. Otherwise, I'll have to let you go. Let's conclude this together. We've made 100 minutes. We've made 100 minutes. We've made 100 minutes. And I want to get your comments. I want to hear your comments, please. I want to hear your comments. Okay, before we go quickly, before we go quickly, before we go quickly, oh, somebody says that the match is being played, but it's not being showed live. Say, I've just noticed that Forest and Sheffield United is being played tonight, but isn't being played shown live. So why are they not showing the match live? That is a question we need to ask. Why are they not showing the match live? What is going on? Chelsea have had discussions with Florian Bolgon's representatives last night and today, as Monaco have already made an offer. A decision on his future is likely to be decided by next week. Okay. All right. We got it. 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 So let me conclude by once again thanking you and appreciate you for your support. Send us your comment, like the video, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. We want to hear from you about all that we discussed. Let your friends know about this channel. This is our channel. This is your channel, and this is my channel. Let's work it together out. I want to be part of what Chelsea is building. And we'll be not just be talking about Chelsea, we'll be talking about other clubs. And also, hey, before I forget, when you go to this channel, there are other videos you can watch, not just football matters alone. You can watch Malaysia, what Malaysia looks like. Those of you that are outside Malaysia, I'm giving you something that you can take your time to watch and enjoy. You look like Malaysia. We always say, for instance, those of us from Africa, we always say that we are the one who gave Malaysia palm fruits, palm nut, this and that. But the development of Malaysia, if you compare it to your country, you are in Nigeria, you are in Ghana, watch the videos about Malaysia and you'll be amazed on how far Malaysia has developed. It's a very beautiful country. Those videos are there, and I'll be loading more of those videos. Watch those videos to the end and send me your comments. I'll be glad to hear from you. So don't just think it's just about football. I know football sometimes, we love football, but I'm trying to bring something that can keep you watching and watching. That when you go, you like to come back to watch something new. I'll be bringing you more videos about Malaysia. Currently, we have almost about 4 or 5 videos about Malaysia on the channel. Go and watch all. Send us your comments. We are ready to give you all the replies. Let me leave you here to go and rest. The time here now is 2:45 a.m. 2:45 a.m. I actually wanted to get to 3 o'clock with you. But the time here now is 2:45 a.m. And I want to hear from you. Tomorrow, I'll be coming your way again. I might come again live, but I will update you. We'll do just one video tomorrow. We'll post only one video. Then in the night, we will come back with transfer news live. In the night, we'll come back with transfer news live. In the night, we might come around, maybe around 10 o'clock Malaysian time. If you're in Africa, that should be around 2 p.m. 2 p.m. That will be around 2 p.m. in Africa. So just try and on your notification button so that anytime we are live, you'll get to know about it. Before Sunday match, I want to let's carry ourselves along. Okay, let's carry ourselves along. I'll see you tomorrow. The first video will come your way. By the time you go to bed, tomorrow you are in Africa. By the time you go to bed, the first video will hit you on your screen. By the time you are up, watch your screen if you couldn't watch it before going to bed. Shalom and peace be with you.